Okay. Hey, Todd. Hey, Darren.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Big fan of your work,
Oh, thank you.
especially as it relates to sci-fi and fiction, and fantasy, of course. So my first question, why this series? What did you like about it? Why did you want to work on this?
Um, it's a great question. So, if you followed our work, we love writing shows about people that are different, they don't fit into the mainstream, they're a little off, and their weirdness is their superpower and their
Mm,
ability to be themselves. And that kind of goes, it's a thread really through all our work. So, a show that celebrates these four children, they don't have superpowers,
right.
but they have kindness, they have empathy, and they have amazing intelligence. Sign
Hmm.
us up. They're a little neurodivergent. Sign us up even more. How exciting. And we get these letters from parents. Oh my God, my kids have never been represented before. That's the most amazing gift we can ever do, that our work is touching people and giving them that representation. It's very special.
Darren, anything to add?
Not really. I think he covered it, but you know, when I think of the show, it's funny because it is genre in the sense that there's the element of this scientific thing that's kind of controlling people. But it's
Mhm.
funny because I think of it as I don't really think of it as a genre show as much because it's so much about just these characters and the situations they're in, and they're not really using superpowers themselves. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, there's definitely always like a little tiny hint of like some sort of higher science thing going on, which is fun too.
Well, I really enjoy, first of all, the set design, everything about it just draws you into a different world. It's not like you're watching kids at the beach or, whatever. It's really, it has its own, it's almost its own character, right? And then you add the children and the other characters, and it just becomes, something fun and engaging. You don't want to turn away. So, what do you like about the series yourself? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I love that. I love the world building. And that's another thing
Hmm.
that brought us into it, is this idea, it's this timeless world. It's
Right.
not now, it's not really in the past, or is it in the future? And creating a special world that you can't live in now, in the world we live
Hmm.
in. You turn on the TV, and like you said, you're sucked into that world, is something that we love. And again, it's a thread in all of our work. And this is a chance to, and now we're in Europe. So this is not the
Right.
Europe you know. You could see this if you go to Paris. We do our own Benedict style Europe, which has been
Hmm.
a joy to do, and it's more world building. And I think that is very attractive for us.
Yeah, I would add, there's this funny element of Stone Town and sort of the world that is built on Benedict is this sense of slight bit of formality, slight bit of people, and one thing that you see like with a lot of our little side characters is people just really want to do their job and they want to do it really well, and everybody's
Hmm.
very concerned with getting things right. And it's a fun, fresh thing that's not, it's a little different from our current world, you know.
Very true. So, did you have any specific challenges while you were putting this all together for us to enjoy in our homes?
Many.
Really? I'm
Well,
surprised.
it's a period piece, right?
Right.
So you
Hmm.
can't just say to extras, sure, come on, wear your jeans, throw on a
Hmm.
jacket. Hair, makeup, all of the vehicles. It is meticulously planned, and
Hmm.
it to the strands, and we love that. And curating the frame. There's not one missing link when you see the show where you're like, wait a second. There's like a Coke bottle there, right? Or like,
Right.
there's
Right.
a, there's a Toyota. So it's that controlled environment is a
Right.
difficult way to. I mean, you're always controlling environments when you're making
Right.
television and film, but this is very special. And visual effects, the challenge of making Los Angeles look like Europe, You don't just roll the cameras. Here we go. So all of that stuff. But guess what? We love the challenge. It was a joy. You say you might use the word challenge, but I use fun and joy. And these are the toys we play, and it's part of our job, and we adore it.
Right, Darren. Anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea that we were going to be shooting all of these vehicles, we were going to be on a big ship, and there was we had this idea for a dirigible that comes in a little later in the season, and all these sorts of and a train. There was this real hope, like, we got to get that right, because we don't want it to be like a sitcom where you're in like a train car, but you don't really feel like you're in a train, or what is a dirigible going to be like when you're inside it? It's not something people are familiar with. So we looked at reference photos of actual Zeppelins, but I think that because we have such an amazing crew and our whole team of really great, talented, artists and technicians and artisans, that it really came out great.
Well, I'm excited to see season 3. Just a hope and a prayer.
So are we.
Thanks so much. I love what you're doing, and I love your work. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your talents.
Thank you, Stephanie, so much. So appreciate it.
You're so welcome. All right.